Hi, everybody. My name is Silvia Pancaro. I am MoonCoach, the creatrix of MoonCoaching, and all these other fun, wonderful, transformative play shops, processes, and books that relate astrology, tarot, and various metaphysical and esoteric tools and disciplines to your self-empowerment. So thank you for being here. This is going to be a super quick one, hopefully not more than, say, 5 or 10 minutes. Because today is Mercury Day during week 4, which is astrology week, where Wasima's Magic invited me to play along during her summer school within the Facebook group called Study Tarot in 21 Days. So we're on day 4, yes, day 4 of week 4, our final week. And today's focus being Wednesday, June 26, 2019, is the planet that rules and is associated with Wednesday, and that is Mercury, planet of communication, the mind, and everything that has to do with sharing ideas and processing information. So very quickly, I am going to skip doing the sacred space demonstration. You all know by now to create your altar dedicated to the particular astrological energy that we're working with on that day, and dedicated to laying out your cards in a particularly resonant way. But I will go over some of the points related to Mercury super quick to get you synced in with this wonderful energy. So I will actually play for you the crown chakra. There are many different correspondence systems between astrology and the chakra system, and they are all valid. Of course, I combine my own based on traditional and contemporary assignations. And I, of course, follow Paul Foster Case's Builders of the Adytum teachings on the tarot, as well as other Western Mystery School traditions, and of course my own as a professional astrologer and tarotist for probably most of my life, actually. So well over 35 years, 40 years. Okay, so here we go. This is to tune you in to the vibration, the frequencies of Mercury via your crown chakra. And let's see here, what's our next piece? And then in terms of the musical tone, we'll go ahead and play E, which is the tone related to Mercury, and its associated tarot card, which is the Magician. Actually, that one didn't, that was a little muffled, yeah? It's kind of like when Mercury's retrograde and we're not quite getting the download from our rational minds in a clear way, so we have to internalize our mental processes in order to think creatively as opposed to left brain. So let me actually try that one again. Much clearer, wouldn't you say? And that's actually an important lesson for Mercury and the Magician, which is to say that it's important to have clarity of mind whenever we are about to communicate an idea, a thought, a plan, a vision. That it is important to have put all the ducks in a row and to, how's that saying go? Cross our T's, dot our I's, so that we have a clear plan of action, a clear desire that has been processed mentally in such a way that the flow of energy can move through it unimpeded, like what happened with this, where I actually had, I don't know if it's going to come through on here very clearly. You see, there's a little opening, and what happened at first is I had it unaligned, or misaligned rather. And so it's kind of like that. When we are not clear with our thoughts, with our intentions, when we have fuzzy ideas, before we open up our mouths to speak and share an idea, it's best to tune our mental apparatus so that it is finely aligned and tuned, and the energy can penetrate forward in a more precise manner, right? That said, once again, let's take a quick look at our friend the magician. Again, this is from Paul Foster Case, Boda, Builders of the Adytum. And again, I use the uncolored cards from them, and I have my students in my tarot courses color them according to the Boda system. And I had these blown up small poster size so that I can more easily meditate on these with my husband and our students. So the magician, of course, is all about being this vehicle for flow of divine energy from above, from within, and directing it very mindfully, clearly towards the field of our consciousness, the playground of our life. So this is why it's important to be very clear with our thinking patterns and to know what it is that we want. My husband, who's a professional business and life coach, mindset coach as well, always brings up the question, what do you really, really, really want? Now that question can be answered from various parts of our consciousness, but ultimately it is the magician and Mercury who allows for channeling the flow of creative energy unimpeded by having a clear statement of intent, clear focus, and absolute concentration upon that which is our end goal. So today, I invite you to explore these topics during Wednesday, Mercury Day. And there's a lot that can be said about this card, but again, in the format in which I am sharing this with you, that's probably enough to get you going and get you started on the day's activities. And the color, I'm sorry, I have the wrong one. It's actually yellow, and I don't have them next to me. Do I have them here? No. I wish I could pause this and go grab it. But anyways, it's yellow, and I don't have, a clear yellow, and this is more of a golden yellow, but, imagine that this is yellow. And wear yellow if you can. Put yellow on your altar. I am wearing yellow in my skirt today. It's a Klimt painting, and it has various shades of yellow, but there should be a nice, bright, clear yellow. Exactly the same as it would be for the Fool card. So yellow is the right color, and I guess next I'm going to go ahead and share with you some of the cards that I've chosen for myself to pull from in answer response to the prompts, the journaling prompts that you'll see down below. So, oops. These are different themes, but I felt that these were appropriate for the idea of communication, pulling in information from the higher realms, healing, because Mercury does have an aspect of healing. And interestingly enough, I'm getting a text from my son. So talk about communication. Certainly all forms of communication are important for today's date. So messages from the light meditation deck. This is a new recent deck that's been published, and it's wonderful. This one's out of print. It's called the Crystal Skull Message Cards. And, since it has to do with the crown chakra today, I thought that the Crystal Skulls would be a great deck to work with. Energy Oracle cards. Once again, because this idea of energy work, and that's why, in part, Mercury's, one of Mercury's areas of rulership is over healing. the Lightworkers Oracle, because we're all looking to evolve our consciousness and bring our mind into alignment with spirit and soul, with desires and passions just all together, so that we can be a more effective personality under the guidance of our soul or higher self. This is one of my teachers, Rowena Patty Kreider, who unfortunately passed away, but thank goddess she left behind tremendous artwork. This is sadly out of print, but if you can get your hands on it, the Co-Creation Codeck, one of her decks, Sacred Geometry, Oracle deck, any geometrical deck would be great. And probably the very best one for today is the Creative Whack Pack. And he's actually got, I think, 3 at this point, 3 different decks, Roger Van Oak. So anything that has you thinking outside the box, anything that kind of sets off those light bulbs in your mind, and, you know, whatever feels mentally stimulating, let's say it that way. I guess I'll close by also pointing out, even though I wrote about this in the post that you'll see below, let me just say, please don't be afraid of Mercury retrograde. It is a wonderful opportunity to truly develop an understanding of your inner mental processes. We are so conditioned in the Western world to think only in terms of rational, logical, left brain, linear thinking, that when Mercury goes retrograde, then we're invited by the cosmos to think in terms that it is more holistic, to bring in the right brain, to bring in more lateral thinking, to go ahead and bring in feelings and emotions into our thinking process, and thereby becoming more whole-brained. So in my professional, personal opinion, as astrologer and metaphysician, is don't be afraid of Mercury retrograde. Use it as an opportunity for developing higher states of mind by combining your linear brain, your left brain, with your right brain into more holistic, whole brain thinking. And that said, it all depends upon where the particular Mercury retrograde cycle is occurring in your life, meaning in your astrological chart. And it'll affect people differently. You may be feeling it or processing, rather, that opportunity in a different way than your brother, your sister, your wife, your husband, your kid, your teacher, whatever, because all our charts are unique and different. And it also, each one also has a different energy and vibration because it depends on the sign in which that retrogradation cycle is occurring. And so let me close with that. It's look forward to the next Mercury retrograde cycle. Yes, follow due diligence and back up your files and make sure you don't open up suspicious links, which really should be your rule of thumb all the time anyways. You know, there's lots of fake emails that we get or messages on Facebook and etc., and they turn out to be scammers and all sorts of weird stuff. So just be mindful, particularly during Mercury retrograde cycles, of anything that looks suspicious using any of the mediums of information and disinformation. So be mindful and do due diligence, but embrace it as an opportunity for developing other states of mental processing than the usual daily rational aspect of thinking. Yeah. And I think that's all that I'm going to say for today. I will see you online and look forward to your posts. Once again, thank you, wasimasmagic.com, for inviting me to play with everybody in your group. And I also invite you to my websites, particularly MoonCoach and MoonCoaching.com and TarotMysterySchool.com, since those are the two, and one more, CelestialArchetypes.com, since those are the ones related to what I'm doing here with the AstroTarot prompts, combining astrology, tarot, and my own moon coaching work. So enjoy the day. Be sure to laugh, because Mercury is the trickster and encourages us to have our funny bones tickled. So have a wonderful day, guys and girls, and Be blessed in all that you do, and make sure you also call somebody that you haven't spoken to in a while. It is, after all, about healing and communication. Love you.